It's the Victorian era, 1876, and cremation is highly controversial. Dr. LeMoyne, in a search for a better way to deal with the dead body, has come up with this. He built this two-room structure, the preparation room and the furnace next door. But how do we prepare the body? How do we get it ready for the retort? 2,000 degrees of heat to reduce the body to nothing but smoldering embers. First, they would bring the body in to this room, and they would place it in this metal structure called a bier. Next, they would wrap the body with linen, all the way from head to toe. And next, they would take a solution of alum and water, and they would pour it from the feet to the head. The alum water was to retard the burning of this linen sheet wrapping around the body. Because funeral pyres of old, when they would burn the bodies on them, or even if you could think of the Spanish Inquisition of burning witches at the stake, they would put a thin cloth on them, and the first thing to go up was their clothing, exposing the naked body. But Dr. LeMoyne wanted to preserve the dignity of the individual. So by putting that alum water on there, it would retard the burning when it was placed into the furnace. But there's another thing. The bodies have been embalmed, slightly stopping the decomposition of the body. But when you burn flesh, when you reduce bone, when the hair burns, it's going to produce a noxious smell. So they decided to put evergreens on the body, or herbs such as rosemary and sage, to try to mask that noxious odor. It helped, but it didn't help enough. So when the body was finally done, they would take it into the furnace in the next room and place it head first. Now, unfortunately for poor Mrs. Pittman, when they poured the alum solution up the body, they ran out. And her head had none of the solution on it. When they began to place it into the furnace, the living caught and began to burn, and her hair began to come off, and the flesh began to boil. But they just kept shoving her in and clamped on the door until she was nothing but ash. And that's how cremations were in the Dr. LeMoyne's crematory.
You just put your hand right on her boob.
I love it.